Senator Cornyn right there visiting a migrant facility in Houston. I'm going to bring in Fox 26's Greg Grugan. Greg, thanks for joining us here on News Now from Fox. We appreciate you being with us. This is what you're focusing on today. So if you can just give us an idea, we've played out the whole press conference with the senator. What do you think was the main message from Senator Cornyn?
Well, my main takeaway was that Senator Cornyn has not even begun to let me put it this way. Senator Cornyn has given up on trying to stop these kids from coming across the border. That ship has sailed. Now he's concerned about the current crisis of having thousands, tens of thousands of kids, overwhelming facilities, and we have no place to send them. Clearly, the solution that they are looking at is trying to find family members of these kids and placing them as quickly as possible with family members, and then finding sponsors for the rest of them. But frankly, they're here, and we're not sending them back to Tegucigalpa or San Salvador. They are going to wait for their day in court, and with a backlog of 1.2 million cases in federal immigration courts, they have some time to wait, and they're probably here for good.
So you don't think they're going to be moving them to other facilities throughout Texas? Is there words of expansion possibly throughout the state?
Well, they're going to have to expand, but they want to move these kids in as quickly as possible. I think part of the debrief is to find out if they have family members here. Those who have family members here, whether they're aunts or uncles, cousins, fathers, mothers, they want to get those kids into their custody as quickly as possible. There are going to be some kids who don't have family here, and that's where I guess charities like Catholic Charities and advocacy groups will help find sponsors for these kids where they can live, get some education, and try to undo some of the trauma they probably experienced on their long journey up from mostly Central America.
And I'm showing some video right now of inside of the facility and outside of the facility, those charter buses bringing in some of those migrant teens. So what are we hearing about the conditions? Because that has been a huge question in the middle of a pandemic, putting a bunch of people inside of the same room, a small facility.
Yeah, this blindsided us on the border, and there just simply wasn't enough room for the sheer volume of children that were coming across, undocumented, unaccompanied, but you had to get them all in one place in order to get their information and try to process them and get them out as quickly as possible. Was it a humanitarian nightmare in the sense that it was not as healthy a situation as we would like? Absolutely. I think they're trying to ready facilities as quickly as they can across the state of Texas and across the country for that matter. But like I said, today Cornyn, our senior senator, stressed the need to get these kids as quickly as possible to family members and friends and to sponsors so that they can, I guess, start normalizing to some degree and await their day in court.
Any idea of when the senator or other senators, Texas legislators, lawmakers will be back to these facilities? Is this going to be a daily thing?
Well, we had a whole delegation of Republicans who are on the border today. I would suspect that most members of Congress will make their way to the Rio Grande and try to see what's going on firsthand. The 19 senators that were on the border last week saw an eyeful. Smugglers moving with impunity, dead bodies in the river, kids packed in like sardines in unsafe conditions. So they know they've got a crisis on their hands. Now, also, there are Democrats who've been coming down here. 200 miles to the north in Carrizo Springs, Texas, there was a Democratic delegation, and we heard some, I thought, remarkable comments from Democrat Ilhan Omar, the congresswoman from Minnesota, who said, you know, I'm a refugee, and when you consider what the conditions are like in Central America, I really believe it's the responsible thing for parents in Central America who feel like their children's lives are in danger to send them north despite the risk. That may not be the message that we want to send out, but she had that refugee experience, and she didn't hesitate to express it.
Fox 26's Greg Rubin, thank you so much for joining us here on News Now from Fox. We'll be speaking with you soon.
You bet.
And as he was saying, right